Welcome back to our channel. Today's DIY is on how to make these photo ledges. We have them in a couple places in our house. We have them down here in the den. They're like 101 inches long. We have them upstairs in my office, and we have them in the girls' Jack and Jill. The best thing about a photo ledge is it's easy to make. It's cheap to make. It looks very original to the home. What's wrong? And it's non-committal. So like, you know how gallery walls used to be the thing and you'd have to pick out how you hang it and figure out what frames you're gonna use. This is the opposite of that. You can literally just slap up a bunch of frames down here in the den. Hi. Yeah. Down here in the den, we have them all in black and white. In my office, it's all very vintage. And up in the girls' Jack and Jill bathroom, we have all very pastel colors. So it's easy to switch out the decor with the season or whatever the vibe of the room is. And it's really fun and easy. So stay tuned and we're gonna show you how to do it.
You ready?
Okay, what are we doing?
Cutting 1.5 inch faceplates off of each side of this 1x4.
Okay, because that's gonna be the face of the photo ledge.
Right. It's gonna be 1.5 inch and 1.5 inch the entire length of the photo ledge.
Okay, because we're making two of them, we're actually gonna run the same piece back through, and we're gonna take off just this little piece so that they are the same size, because what we're looking for doesn't really split the board exactly in half.
These are 1x4s. 1x4. And this is a board that we cut down to 1.5 inches wide. I've also taken, this is the backboard, and we've taken marks where we want the screw holes to go.
Okay.
So this is at 20, this is a 41 inch board long. So 20.5, and then at 7 inches and 7 inches. We use blue painter's tape to mark where we want to drill the holes so we don't have pencil marks all over our boards. And I put blue tape on the end of this countersink drill bit so I know where to stop drilling.
Okay, and that makes it where the screws will go in and they'll be flush.
Yes.
So that it won't have like screw heads sticking out. It'll
Yes.
look a little bit more uniform.
Yes.
So now that the holes are drilled, you can see that we would just take the screw and pop, goes right in. And once the tape is off, it's way more flush. You can see it like that. It just makes it look more aesthetically pleasing. Okay, now we're lining it up. So we're going to wood glue it along the inside edges. He's gonna be mad that I touched this, but inside here we're gonna wood glue, and then we're gonna clamp it, and then we are going to nail gun it. Okay, so now we have it all clamped. What you wanna note is that wood is not perfectly straight, so we have a bunch of clamps because we went little by little. So you're going to want to hold it in place and run your thumb or finger along the edges and make sure it's flush. It'll squeeze out some of the wood glue, but you just wipe it with a paper towel. And then we are going to brad nail it. Brad nail it?
Brad nail it.
Brad nail it. So we're gonna put them through here to go down through this, just as an extra source of security. So we just took a little bit of this. It works a little bit better than caulk because it doesn't shrink. So you can use this, you can sand it after it dries. It's just a little bit easier to cover all of these little nails. So you're just gonna take a teeny bit and you can wipe it along them. And then you can go back and kind of wipe it off. We're gonna do a light sanding to this before I paint it.
All right, we're sanding the shelves and trying to remove the glue that squeezed out when we attached the strips of wood together to make the boards.
What kind of grit are you using?
Right now, we're using 150 to take off most of the glue, and then we'll move up to a 320 to finish. We're using that grit because 150 will take off a good amount of material, and 320 was just the finishing sandpaper we had laying around, so we're using that.
So right now I'm using a tack cloth. It's just like a sticky little thin cloth that you're gonna wipe over the shelves so it gets all of the dust from the sanding so that you don't have it underneath the paint. Just makes the paint stick a little bit better. So even though we vacuumed and wiped the pieces off, you can still see how much came off. We used both sides to do both of the shelves. So you can kind of see it in the video, but just because you dusted it and you vacuumed it, it's still good to use one of these. They're super cheap and it just helps everything look a little bit more polished in the end.